Χαίρετε, καλησπερίζουμε τους πάντες και τις φίλες όλες που μας βλέπουν. Λοιπόν,
στο φιλικό των πάντων.
Πολύ για την έκπληξη. Ο φίλος Μιχάλης και ντεκόρα από πίσω, δεν ξέρω πώς θα λένε αυτά.
Ναι,
και
τρομερό. Γεια σε όλους, καλησπέρα. Μας πήρε η μπάλα με το NBA, μας πήρε η μπάλα με την επικαιρότητα και είχαμε καιρό να κάνουμε ένα ρετρό. Και είναι πολύ μεγάλη χαρά. Φιλοξενούμε τον αγαπητό James Forrest απόψε. Mr. Forrest, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Thanks for having me.
I would like to thank you very much for your participation.
Πες, Μιχάλη.
James, give us a point. You live in Atlanta.
Yes.
You run an academy, a school for young kids.
Yes.
To learn basketball and to give them the opportunity to play professional.
Yes. I have a youth program in Atlanta called Team Forrest. As you see my TF and my hat, Team Forrest. And it's my academy where I have boys and girls. So I coach boys and girls from 8 years old to 17 years old. And I've been doing it now for 11 years. And right now we have 125 kids in our program. So we're growing and it's going well for us. We're actually in the process, we're building a sports complex. So I'm building a sports complex with basketball gyms, basketball courts, classrooms, media room, workout room, that sort of thing there for the kids. So it's a real big project that we have going on, and we'll open next year in the spring of 2022. But yes, just coaching little boys and girls right now, man. We've put over 60 kids in college that we've helped to get free education, to go to school for free. We have a couple of them that we hope that would turn out to be professionals, but you know, the most important thing is for them to be able to go to college in America and get a free education, because in America, you know, education could cost you $300,000. Yes. It's a lot of money to go to school here, if you know, for a real good education. So we've done well with that.
Well done, well done.
You spent 4 or 5 years in Greece. Do you remember some words?
5 beautiful years in Greece. 5 beautiful years. Yes. Played in Crete for 2 years, a year with Olympiacos, a year in Thessaloniki, and a year in Larissa.
Yeah. Do you remember some Greek? Maybe.
Ella Mamu, Yagu Missy. I know some of the bad words. I know some of the bad words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which was the most beautiful place that you have lived in Greece? I mean, did you like the island, Crete?
I love the island. I actually have a business partner of mine who's going to Crete July 2nd. He's actually coming over there July 2nd to go to Greek, the Hanya, Santorini. And I told him that I was going to call a couple of friends of mine that I still have on the island to tell them to go by their restaurant and to show them a good time. Listen, for me, I had a great time the whole 5 years I was there. That's why I stayed there for 5 years. Great people, great relationship. And the competition was the best competition during that time in all of Europe.
Yes.
And it was really a lot of the reason why I stayed there for so long, why Alfonso Ford stayed there for so long, why Mike Batista stayed there for so long, Walter Berry. You know, we're the few guys who played that many years in Greece successfully, meaning in a row. And I remember the conversations always being it's the best competition in the world. You know, our money would be late a lot of times, but we would get it. Most importantly, you know, we loved the competition and we competed, and it was just beautiful. But Athens, of course, was, I mean, you know, living in Glafada and playing on Olympiacos, and, you know, that whole deal was the best. You know, it was the best.
I'm trying to see the photo on your left hand. This is from Georgia Tech.
My left hand?
Yes,
Yeah, the photo behind you.
The photo next to you.
Oh yeah, yes. This is Georgia Tech. All these are my Georgia Tech pictures. This is my Hall of Fame award. Georgia Tech. Yeah, these are Georgia Tech. These are all my Georgia Tech pictures.
Okay.
Θες να ρωτήσουμε για το θαύμα?
Ναι. Mr. Forrest, 21st of March, 1992. Do you remember the date?
Miracle in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Just talk to us about these things because
let me to make
doesn't know very much about.
Let me to make a description in Greek.
Okay.
Let me to make a description in Greek. Λοιπόν, στις 21 Μαρτίου του 1992, το Georgia Tech του κυρίου, του ρούκι κυρίου, ήταν η πρώτη του χρονιά, έχει τερματίσει 7ο στην διάρκεια και στη March Madness αντιμετωπίζει το South California, τους Trojans, οι οποίοι είναι full φορμαρισμένοι και την περίοδο, έχουν τερματίσει δεύτεροι και αναμένεται ένα εύκολο βράδυ, ας πούμε. Τέλος πάντων, το match πάει στα ίσα, είναι 76-78, 2,5 δευτερόλεπτα για το τέλος του αγώνα.
Μπροστά ποιος?
76-78 μπροστά η Καλιφόρνια.
Το USC.
Και έχει την μπάλα, έχουν επαναφορά από την baseline, κάνει την επαναφορά, την παίρνει ο παίχτης στην μπάλα, γίνεται μια καραμπόλα, μένει 1 δευτερόλεπτο στο ρολόι και ο James Forrest είναι ο άνθρωπος που δεν πρέπει να πάει μπάλα σε αυτόν, ας πούμε. Θέλουν τρίποντο ή καλάθι για παράταση, ας πούμε. Είναι η τελευταία επιλογή, την μπάλα έχει ο Matt Geiger στα χέρια.
Ο Matt Geiger, ο καράφλας από τους Sixers με τον Iverson.
Ναι, το κρού του Iverson. Ναι.
Έτσι.
Ο John Barry και ο Travis Best είναι να πάρουν την μπάλα, η άμυνα είναι εξαιρετική πάνω τους. Από το να του μείνει στα χέρια, την πετάει στον James Forrest, γυρίζει στο αριστερό του πόδι από τις 45 μοίρες, boom. Αυτή είναι η ιστορία η οποία έμεινε γνωστή ως το θαύμα του Milwaukee. Οπότε, ας μας την περιγράψει ο ίδιος ο πρωταγωνιστής.
Okay, tell us some things now in English about
This is a story unknown to the many, especially in Greece.
So what happened was it was March Madness, and we played Southern Cal, USC. Mm-hmm. It was USC, University of Southern California, where they had Harold Miner, which they called him at the time, Baby Jordan. It was an out of bounds play.
For Miami Heat.
He got drafted by the Heat. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Harold Miner went to the Miami Heat, and it was a play that was designed at 0.8 seconds. And it was a play that was designed for John Barry first, Travis Best second. Southern Cal did a great job in defending it because Travis was supposed to come off a down screen to pop up. If he wasn't open, John was just a flash. But they switched on both of them. Neither one of them was open. And I saw my big guy was about to get a 5-second count for holding the ball, and he started panicking. And I just ran to him yelling his name, Matt, because it was Matt Geiger who made the pass. And I just ran to him, Matt. And I knew it was a catch and shoot because Coach Crimmins had already told us, whoever catches the ball is a catch and shoot. And that's just what it was. It was just a catch, hey, caught it, turned around, heave, and the miracle of Milwaukee, and they're still talking about it almost 30 years later. March Madness.
Yes. Tell us something. You are a Georgia guy. Does that mean that you are a fan of Atlanta Hawks, maybe?
I went to the game last night.
Oh.
I was at the game last night. Yeah, big Atlanta Hawks supporter. I'm an Atlanta guy, so I support the Atlanta Hawks, Falcons, and the Braves. I go to all those games. You know, I spend a lot of time supporting those guys. Go to a lot of games. I took my son last night. We actually had a great time. We lost.
What is the situation there? Meaning, you lost the break that you did in the first game, so that you're in 2-1 now.
Yeah, I think we're in trouble because we got beat bad last night. Mm-hmm. That's the worst I've seen us play probably in the last 40 games. I mean, it was bad. It was no energy. It was no intensity. There was no defense. And Philadelphia just did everything they wanted to do to us last night. So it's a bad loss, which we can win on the road as we did in New York, but Philadelphia is a different beast than New York. They got a lot more talent in Philly. So it's, you know, we have to really play hard on Monday and have to win on Monday. If we don't, of course, if we don't win on Monday, series is over.
Okay. What do you think about the team altogether? I mean, okay, not about the series now, but the team regarding the future. I mean, you have a very young team now. Collins young, the red-haired guy, Herter.
Yeah, Hunter, well, that's actually what hurt us because Hunter is hurt. Hunter is not playing. He's done for the season. He had to get knee surgery. We're young, but we got real good veterans. I think this is one of the best teams that's been assembled in a long time in Atlanta because we have size, we have scoring, we probably can play a little better defense. And then we got to let Lou Williams has to play more. Lou Williams hasn't played 20 minutes in a game yet, which has been crazy. But I like the overall team. I like it a lot. Real good team. No one expected, listen, the Hawks were hurt all year. No one expected them to go this far. And you got to remember, we fired our coach in the middle of the season. You know, the last 35 games left, we fired the coach. You know, so what the new coach has done has been tremendous. He should be the head coach.
Nate McMillan.
Yeah, Nate's done a tremendous job.
My favorite team, Seattle Supersonics.
Yeah.
Να τον πάω λίγο πίσω. Mr. Forrest, you are among the best NCAA players ever who haven't played in the NBA. Why? You were close to a contract with Los Angeles Lakers at some point.
No, I signed with the Lakers. I played. I signed a year. I signed a guaranteed contract with the Lakers in '97. In '97, I left the preseason because it was too many. So in the NBA, you know, you have guys that you can have 14, 15 guys. So the time when I went to the Lakers, I would have been the 14th guy. So for me, after just coming from playing a year in Israel, after my surgery, because when I came out of Georgia Tech, I was hurt. I had a torn Achilles. So that's why I didn't get drafted, number one. A lot of the teams knew that my Achilles was torn. And then it was a lockout year after the draft. After the 95 draft. So when I went to Israel in 96, I had a great year there and I had a great opportunity to come back for more money than what the Lakers was offering me. But the agent that I had at the time, you know, and for me, of course, the NBA has always been my dream. But, you know, once you have a kid, you have to start thinking about taking care of your family.
About money.
And that was kind of the situation that I was in because I had just played a great year in Israel. Then I signed in the summer to play with the Lakers, and then I spent 6 months in LA. And when the season starts, I'm not one of the 14 guys, one of the 13 guys to dress out. I have to put on my street clothes and sit on the bench. It was tough for me because the perception would have been he's still hurt. Like the Lakers took him, you know, after a year, but he's still hurt. That's why he's not on the team. He's on the team with a guaranteed contract. Like I got all my money, but I didn't play. So after November, I just, you know, we came to a mutual agreement and it would just be best instead of me going to the CBA and wasting that time and gaining weight and all that. I just said I would prefer to be released and have opportunity to play somewhere else. And I end up going to Spain right after that. And I think in December that year, I went to Spain. After that, I went to Italy and took off from there. And then I had another chance in 2001 when Rick Pitino was in Boston. He called me, they contacted me to sign in Boston in 2001, but I was in the Saloniki that year. So I was already 4 years I was already 3.5 years into my professional career in Europe. So, you know, and the money in the Saloniki was great. It was more than it was in Boston. And that was the same situation in Israel. I was making more money than I was in LA. So, you know, the thing about Europe, you know, somebody's going to offer you $500,000 to play in Europe. That's tax-free money. That's cash. Well, in America, if you're going to make $300,000. That, you know, 300,000 in America is more like 100,000, 120,000. Yes. So, you know, it's a business decision. You know, it's a business decision. Excuse me. So that was, you know, that was kind of my situation. Okay. I have no regrets, though. I have no regrets. None.
Gentlemen, I have a surprise for you.
Μπήκε ρε. Νάτος ρε. Δεν το περίμενα να μπει.
How you doing, man?
Hello.
T-Dance, what up, baby?
What it do, man? What it do?
What's going on, bro?
Man, we here, man. We here.
Where are you? You still in California?
No, I'm in Philadelphia.
Oh, you in Philly now?
Yeah, we about to move to Vegas next month.
Ah, you going back to Vegas? What you got going on in Philly?
You know, we was my wife came out. She came out and she's a doctor. She's doing her labor and delivery stuff.
Gotcha.
So we left San Diego and came out here. We've been out here for about 7 years now, 7, 8 years. So now it's time to get back to the West.
Now it's time to get back on the West Coast, huh?
Yeah, man. How's the ATL, bro?
It's well, man. It's doing well. I just doing my youth program. Got a youth program coaching kids, AAU boys and girls.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, we got 125 kids. And now we're in the process of building a sports facility. Just
yes,
we'll break ground on that in November.
Man.
And open it next year, but just, hey man, just, you know, being able to do what we love to do. You know how that is, T-Man.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. That's much respect, bro. Much respect, man. Yeah. The guy, is my man from Greece?
That's me. That's me.
Yeah.
We have been speaking on Insta.
Yeah, okay. You from Greece, huh?
Yes. Thank you very much for coming.
No, thanks for having me, man.
Να πούμε στον κόσμο ότι οι δύο κύριοι ήταν συμπαίκτες στην Ολύμπια Λάρισας. Ο Tyrone Nesby είπε ένα κόσμημα για το ελληνικό πρωτάθλημα τότε. I said that you are one of the best and most spectacular players we have ever seen in Greece. Mr. Nesby.
Yeah, hey man, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate that.
Did you
remember?
Michali, μισό λεπτό. Did you come in Greece after the Washington Wizards couple of seasons? Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you play with MJ in his final season?
Yes.
Okay. How
not his final season, but when he returned. Right when he returned, I played with him that year.
Okay. How was that experience? Was he a bully in the locker room?
Y'all been listening to Kwame Brown.
He was very strict.
Hey, I talked to my boy Kwame, but yeah, I mean, he was like every other player, man. You know, he just, Mike was coming back. He wanted to come back to win. He had his mind set up to be that guy, not realizing that he was older. You know, you only can do so much. Your body only allow you to do so much. But when Michael came back, he came back focusing on Mike, not focusing on all the young talent that he had to try to make the best of it. So he didn't come back thinking that way. And that's what, and so that's what you get stuck with, with following the guy that's basically 40 years old and hoping that he can pull a miracle, but it didn't work.
Yes. Okay. So you are free.
I want an opinion about Kobe Brown. Why did this kid never catch his peak? Did Jordan put pressure on him?
He put pressure on him, but the problem was that, like I told Kwame, that I mean, he came there at the wrong time. When Kwame came there when Michael was trying to come back. And while Michael was trying to come back, Michael was focusing on Michael. Michael was not focusing on Kwame. So every little mistake that Kwame made, they never had patience to correct it. They just say, okay, just take him out the game. You know, which mostly rookies that come in, if they make mistakes, the organization will find a way to keep them playing so they can get better. But with, you know, in Kwame's defense, you know, he didn't have that leadership there that he should. Everybody was focusing on Michael because once Michael said he was coming back, that was it. It was all focused on Michael. And so I felt bad for Kwame because he didn't get a fair shake as a rookie coming in.
Okay. Clear. Okay. Μιχάλη, πάμε να μας πούνε τίποτα ιστορίες από τη Λάρισα, να μας πούν κανένα ωραίο, κανένα πιπεράτο.
Πάμε, βέβαια, αυτό θέλουμε.
Okay. You are free to talk to us about your common experience in Larissa because it is a special city. It is an agricultural place. So maybe
Larissa is a coffee city.
Yes.
You know, people there spend many hours drinking coffee, gossiping, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not a coffee drinker, so, but at the same time, you know, I had a fun time there. You know, meeting people like James, you know, meeting people like him. You know, I asked him a lot of questions about the city and, you know, what, you know, kind of like what I was getting myself into. So being able to have a good American player there that can, you know, help you understand what you're getting yourself into. That helps a lot. The city itself was a good city, man. The people was nice to me. I never had any problems with anybody in the city. I just had to get used to the place shut down at 2:00 in the evening. And then it opens back up at 5 or something. That was strange to me. That was strange. But once I got used to that, then, you know, everything else was cool. It's a nice place to play basketball at.
James, do you have any story about Larissa? Something that you could share with us?
No, it's just like Ty said. I mean, it was a nice, quaint place. You know, we were all we pretty much had there. And it was just basketball. It wasn't a whole lot to do. But it was a nice city. I mean, they took care of us. We got all our money. They made sure we lived good. I think that the owner at the time was a guy named Tassos, which was a family guy, family owned. It was him and his brother that was running the team. They did a great job with us. They took care of us with no complaints. Actually, they did me a favor because I ended up going to Spain from that. I think when they realized the season was about over, I ended up going to Malaga. They were real gracious in allowing me out of my contract to go to Malaga, paid me my money and everything. And it's just, you know, like I said, I didn't have no regrets of playing in Greece in the 5 years I played there. Every city that I played in, they respected me and my family and treated us like family.
Okay, good to hear about that because not every owner gives all money to the Americans.
Well, guess what? One of and that's the one thing that I told Ty when Ty came to the racer, because he asked me that coming from the league, which, you know, the league, we don't have to worry about that. Your money is good, you know, it's direct deposited twice a month. Well, over there, you get paid once a month. You got to be ready for the stories. As long as you perform and do your job, it can't keep your money. You know, do your job so you're able to keep applying pressure to be able to get paid. Because they realize if they're not paying you and you're playing well, what's going to happen if you stop playing, you know? So I never really had that issue. I had that issue in the Saloniki probably 2 months. And the guy at the time was the manager, Giannis, and he took care of that for the rest of the season. I didn't have any more issues, you know.
Mr. Nesby, how did you end up in Larissa? I mean, from the NBA, why Greece? Who told you about that team?
My agent was telling me about opportunity to go to Greece. It happened very quickly. You know, I really didn't. I don't know. I once the season was over with me with Washington, I didn't get a chance to really showcase my talent as much because when Michael came back, Michael took all the minutes. So that shortened up my last year on my contract, which, you know, I was not too happy about that at all. I was actually trying to get traded because I knew if you don't perform that last year, then you're not going to re-up. They're not going to pay you. And so I didn't want to go through trying to jump from team to team to team to try to get in. I didn't want to be that player. So I actually decided when he said, do I want to go overseas and play? And I said, yeah, no problem, man. I have no problem. I just want to go play basketball. And then Greece popped up and my agent told me about it. And I said, hey, let's do it. And we did it. So it was quick, very quick. I made a decision very quick. I didn't procrastinate on it.
Okay.
Το θυμάσαι το κάρφωμα που είχε κάνει ο Νέσμπι στο διαγωνισμό καρφωμάτων?
Θες να το πεις εσύ γιατί ξέρω ότι είναι δικό σου αγαπημένο.
Είναι το καλύτερο κάρφωμα που έχω δει στη ζωή μου στην Ελλάδα, ας πούμε. Mr. Nesby, we are talking about the special dunk with which you won the dunk contest back in 2003. It was unbelievable, and I remember a movement you made with your hands, something like
yeah,
say, I kill you.
That means it's over.
Vince Carter.
Yeah, that means it's over. Hey, it's kind of like if you get into a match with somebody and you knock them out, you know, first thing you want to do, it's over. It's over. Yeah. So that dunk was the one between the legs, right?
Yes.
Like Vince Carter's one.
Yeah. But I feel mine was better. But no, you know the guy that I don't know if you remember J.R. Ryder. I don't know if you guys remember. Yeah, J.R. was the first one to do this dunk between the legs, off of one leg. And so I know J.R. very well, and I let him know that I was going to do that dunk, but I was going to do it off of two legs. So it's harder to do it off of two legs than it is one leg. So I'm actually trying to find that dunking contest, man. Do you know how to get that footage?
No, we don't. We don't have it either.
I have the dunk itself. I got that, but I don't have the whole event. I would like to see the whole event.
We're trying to find it also, but
if you find it, please let me know.
Tell me about your relationship with one another. I mean, James and Tyrone. We met the first time in Larissa. Did you have any meetings, even as opponents, earlier in America or something?
No, everything we met there in Larissa, man. That's where we met at, out in Greece. And that's where we, that's why I met him at, and we, had a good conversation, good relationship out there.
James, what food, what drinks did you taste there? Because Larissa has many good things. They have chipuro. If you remember chipuro.
I'm a seafood guy, so there's always been either pesci or for me it's always been fish or chicken breast. I mean, so the food's been, real simple food, and my favorite is, of course, is the Greek salad. That to this day I try to still find. I go to Greek restaurants in Atlanta to find that when I want a good Greek salad. We got actually a Greek guy here that owns. He owns probably 3 of the top restaurants that we have here. He owns one of the biggest fish place, and then a gyro place, a gyro. Yeah. So a guy named Panos. But the food was great there. Like I said, I have no complaints about the country. It's still home to me. I'm coming there in August.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Where?
So the DJ Nevo, Nikos, the DJ.
Nikos Vourliotis, yes.
Nivo who?
Nivo.
Nikos Vourliotis. Nivo is something like a nickname.
That's my guy. Like, so we meet in New York sometime. Like, we'll meet in New York when he comes to the States, because he comes to New York and Boston all the time to do shows. So my wife and I will go meet him in New York and hang out with him in New York for a few days. But I'm coming over to see him in August. He just built a place in Crete. So right now he's doing some deputy mayor stuff around Athens somewhere in his little city. He's like a deputy mayor or something. But he just built a nice place over in Crete. So we're gonna come over and hang out with him for a couple of weeks.
Okay, Tyrone, how did you find the food, the life there?
It was really good, man. There was a couple players introduced me to the was it lamb? The lamb meat?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like lamb. Yeah, the lamb was so good, man. So good. I love the food there. The thing is, you guys eat too late. Hey, guys, you don't eat dinner till like
that's why we're fed.
That's true.
It's like 9 o'clock. It's so late, man. I'm ready to go to sleep about 9 or 10 o'clock. You guys eat late, but the food was very, very good, man. I don't drink, so I never taste the alcohol, but I enjoy the food. I really do.
Okay.
Μιχάλη, ρωτάμε τίποτα άλλο?
I'm going to ask Tyrone about an urban legend. The urban legend says that you went out in the snow in Larissa with slipper and shorts. That's true.
What happened? I couldn't hear you.
The urban legend says that you went out in the snow in Larissa with slippers and shorts.
Yeah.
That's correct. Do you confirm that?
I do that a lot. I do that all the time. I still do that to this day.
Okay.
I would have my flops.
Okay.
This is healthy. No big deal. This is healthy. Many people in Russia go swimming.
It's not good, man. You can get sick by doing that, but I do it all the time. I don't know why, but I do it.
Okay. Assistant coaches program. Έχουμε και NBA. Λοιπόν, Tyrone, one last question for you, and then for
sorry, my son keep calling. I'm hanging up. He keeps trying to call me.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry.
How do you see the end of the season in the NBA? Give us a finals couple. Utah, Phoenix from the West. What do you think?
I mean, it's good basketball playing across the East and the West. It's good basketball playing right now. On the East, man, if everybody stay healthy and ready to go, man, I got to go with the Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. They hard to beat when everybody's playing their game. Yes. Not saying that they can't be beat, but I'm just saying that they are a really tough team to beat. On the West, wow. I do like the Suns. I like the way they're playing. They're playing some really good basketball. Phoenix Suns playing some really good basketball. Yes. Like really good. I really like them. I like Utah as well. If I had to pick, I'm gonna go with the Suns because I just really like their style. And that's just my thing. I go with the Suns playing against the Nets, and this might shock everybody, but I got the Suns winning it all.
Okay.
That's not a shock, bro. Trust me.
James, what about you?
Listen, I've been telling people this. Chris Paul is point God, right? Yep. I don't care about all the flashes and all that, but every team got to have a real point God. Is only one real pure point God in these playoffs right now. You're talking about somebody that runs the team, value the ball, and just straight a dog. He's the only one in the playoffs right now at that position. And They got a head coach in Monty Williams, who's the most underrated guy in basketball. Before when he had a head coaching job before he lost his family in that horrible accident, he was doing a hell of a job then. And now that he had, Phoenix is deep. Phoenix is real good. And the way that they're beating up on Denver, listen, nobody's treated Denver like that all season. And don't tell me about the injury to Murray. Yeah, that hurts, but Denver was still running through people.
Yes, yes.
And I have Phoenix in the West, and I have Brooklyn in the East. And I have Phoenix beating Brooklyn in the finals.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, because defense is going to win the finals. That's what it's not going to be offense to win the race. It's going to be defense. And Phoenix is doing it on both. Phoenix is the only team that's playing defense. And I mean, they're playing on both sides of the ball. They're playing both sides of the ball.
Fantastic. And as the year progresses, they are becoming better and better. That's my feeling.
Chris Paul is tremendous. All he does is win wherever he goes. I mean, he changes that locker room.
Correct.
Good, bad, or different, you know.
Μιχάλη, τελειώσαμε. Ωραία ήταν.
Ναι.
Λοιπόν, ευχαριστούμε πολύ. Ευχαριστούμε.
Suns Brooklyn.
Ναι, ας είναι, εντάξει. Well, thank you very much, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
It's tremendous to see you together because we know that you have been very good teammates.
Yeah.
It's fine to see you. So, ευχαριστούμε. Να είστε καλά. I don't know if you understand what I said. Thank you. Be safe, be well, be healthy, and we hope the best for you and your families.
Thanks, guys. T-Nez, hit me up on social media. Let's get in touch, baby. Hit me on Instagram or Facebook. Let's exchange numbers. Actually, take down my number, T-Nez, and text me. 678
678
437
Yep.
0248.
0248. Gotcha.
Yeah, text me, let me log in. We stay in touch, bro. I'll be out west soon. We gotta stay in touch, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good seeing you. Good seeing you, brother.
Sir.
Salute you guys. Appreciate everything, guys.
Thank you.
Call me if you need me.
We
All right, guys. Take care.
We wish the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Be well. Be well, guys. Thanks.